Hi everyone. What I'm going to discuss today is convention cards. Okay, so most people probably won't have a convention card. Now, a convention card is used. Okay, so first of all, this is an example. I've got many partners, and I tend to keep my convention cards either in Word document format or sometimes I'll have printed them out. So currently I'm playing in like the lockdown league and I have a couple of partners for that. So what I do is I have them printed off, and then whenever I'm playing in that, because you're allowed to use the convention cards sitting next to you, you can print them off and just have a look at them just to sort of see what you're playing with your partner. Remind yourself of what you're playing with your partner. So this runs up to 2 pages. So this will be like the first page. I'm just going to hold that up there. So that's with Alan Purdy. I play in the Lockdown League. So it's got various things on there. Okay, various things on there. It's not very well. You can't really see it very well there, but basically that's the convention card. Some people will also have notes with them as well, copious notes maybe. You know, the top players might have pages and pages of notes on how to play a system, and that's useful too. Okay, so what I would say you to do is, oh, by the way, the convention card is not only for you and your partner, so you should have the same convention card. So in the past, what you'd do, or well, still now actually, you would pass your convention card. So in the days before COVID, you would sit down at a table and effectively you would pass your card over to one of your opposition, okay, and your partner would then do the same on the other side of the table, and they should, in theory, give you their convention card, and you can look at it and have a look at things. So if they open a bid, you can see if they're playing 5-card majors or 4-card majors. You can see if they're playing weak no trump or strong no trump and things like that. So it's a two-way thing in the fact that the convention card is for you and your partner to remind yourself of what you're playing. But it's really for the opposition, okay, to have a look at what you're playing, and then they should know how to play against that system, or at least know what your bids are, and then they can bid accordingly to their methods. But primarily, convention cards are really for yourself and your partner to know what you're playing. It weren't intentionally for that. I think more to give the opposition to tell them what you're playing. Okay, but they're a great way of reminding yourself of what you're playing. So rather than going through, let's say if you've got 5 different partners, and then you say, right, I'm playing with Mike on Monday and Freddie on Wednesday or something, and maybe you haven't played for 9 months. Okay, so you say, okay, Freddie, we're playing our usual system on Wednesday. We haven't played for 9 months. Rather than typing it out in a long email or whatever, you've got it on a convention card, and then it's done. You can both have a look at it, and then maybe you say, oh, you know what? I don't really want to play this anymore, this part of the system. Let's change that, and then you agree on it. Okay, so the most important thing is partnership agreement. I always say that, partnership agreement. You've got to agree with what you're playing with your partner. Okay, because the last thing you want is bidding misunderstandings. And by having a convention card, it means that that's less likely to happen. Okay, so let's have a look at my website then. So if I go to Free Bridge Downloads, okay, and then scroll down, very top link, it says Stella Benjamin's Echo, and then you would simply download that, okay, and then that should be on your computer, okay. So this is what we play on a Tuesday, although not everyone remembers what we play, but on a Tuesday, the Tuesday tuition group on 7 o'clock every Tuesday, which you can find more information about on the website if you didn't know. This is, in theory, what we play, okay. So I'll just put a new share on to show. Okay, so this is the convention card, and it's got here 1 club. We open it and it shows a 4-card suit at least, okay. And then if you respond 1 no trump, it says you've got like 6 to 9 6 to 10 points. You could change it if you want to say 6 to 9 points, and then 2 no trumps. You could be 10 to 12 points. So I could just save that if I wanted to. So things like that, you can just slightly change things. 1 heart, 2 no trumps says it's a Jacoby raise. Okay, so what the heck's Jacoby? I don't know what that is. So then you could go along to the website. So I've just got a link there. So click there and you go along to the web page. Okay, and find out what that is. So put the new share back on. So if I go back to the website, I look at bridge convention list, and it's got here Jacoby 2 no trumps. So I can read about Jacoby 2 no trumps. Okay, so if I don't know what that system is, there's plenty of places. So if it isn't on my website, then it'll be somewhere else, no doubt. Okay, and you can read up about that. Let's just go back to the convention card. So if you just go through it, so what you do is you really start here. Okay, just the way it prints off. So you put in your name. If you've got an EBU number, you can put it in. The date when you've agreed with your partner what system you're playing. That's always quite a useful thing. Although obviously the file will usually be time-stamped with the date they saved it and stuff. So here, Benjamin Zako, weak no trumps, and obviously you can play it 15 to 17. You can play a strong no trump if you want, so you can change it, but you've got to change it with your partner. You've got to agree what it means. Here you can play, if you've got a 4-4-4-1, say a singleton club, and 12 to 14 points, you might think, I don't like opening these 4-4-4-1s with 1 diamond. I'm just going to open it a no trump instead. If you've got that agreement with your partner, do that. A lot of times it'll work. If you want to play Stamen rather than promissory stamen, that means you guarantee that you've got a 4-card major. Okay, because some people don't necessarily play that. Here we've got 2 diamonds as a transfer to hearts, where you could just play as natural. So again, all of this you can just change. You can just go in and change. You want to play that 2 no trumps as natural. Some people play that as a transfer to diamonds. Okay, and some people play all sorts of different things. So you can, what I would do is you start at a sort of a base level kind of convention card and just go through it and change it. So what you could do is go through it, change it to what you think you and your partner are likely to play, email them a copy, say, partner, can you just have a look at this? Do you agree with this? Have you got anything to add to this? Okay, and then you're sorted. Okay, so I think everyone should have a convention card. It's really useful to do that, and then you know what you're playing. Okay, so that would be my advice. Get a convention card, go through it all, modify it to your needs, and then you're done. But there's all sorts of different convention cards. This is just a basic one. There's different styles of convention cards, so they're written out differently. Some are more complex than this. Another thing that I would do, though, is I would add notes if it gets starting to get more complicated. So you could put in, here, it's got 2 no trumps raised, Jacoby. Okay, you could put a little bracket there and put 1, say, and then you could have some notes to go along, accompany. So you print off another Word document and convention notes and put up 1, and then you put up your style of how you play Jacoby. Maybe you want to slightly change the way you play Jacoby to someone else. You look through it and you think, I don't quite like this. I'm just going to slightly change it. Or it's there for your partner to know how to play Jacoby. Jacoby 2 no trump responses. Okay, so you could put little notes against all of these things. And so for your little differences that you may have, or just to confirm of how you play a particular system, because lots of people play different systems and play systems different ways. So for a common one, for instance, here, like 2 hearts. So here, this is a weak 2 in hearts, a weak 2 in spades, and people use this as a 2-note trump inquiry. Now, some people will play Ronf, which is raise only, non-forcing. So in other words, if it goes 2 hearts, 3 hearts, that is the only non-forcing bid, and everything else is forcing. So if it went 2 hearts, 2 spades, okay, because you changed the suit, that would be a forcing bid, okay. But some people might want to play it at 2 hearts, 2 spades, is non-forcing and says, shut up shop, partner, unless you've got spade support, don't say any more. Okay, so you play things in different ways. So it's really important that you and your partner have a total understanding of what you're playing. And then you're not going to have any bidding misunderstandings. You don't, that's the worst thing in bridge, where one person bids something and the other person thinks it means something else. And then you go flying off into orbit and get too high and you go flying off in a contract. So you end up in 6 spades when you should have been in 4 spades or whatever. So we want to try and avoid those things. And having a convention card is really helpful for that. So there you go. 3 convention cards. Download them, modify them to suit your needs, and then send them off to your partner, see if they agree with them. And then it's a good way of also building up your conventions, okay, like playing Lebensol and things like that, okay. So take a look at it. Everyone should have one.